You want to hang out with guys that have got your back?
Be a Michigan Mason.
It's a brotherhood of friendship.
With Masonic lodges all over the state.
We have more than 30,000 members.
Just in Michigan.
On October 17th, every single lodge is opening its doors to you.
To find a lodge near you, go to www.sharethesecret.org.
Or call 989-968-4440.
Do it for yourself.
Be there October 17th.
Do it. Hi, I'm Jeff Decker. I want to introduce you to the Masonic Lodges. Now, there's a lot of them in our local area, I know, but this October 17th is an open house throughout the entire state of Michigan. Feel free to stop by any of the lodges and say hello. Tonight, I'm going to show you 3 of the lodges in just our local area: Ortonville, Orion, and the Clarkson Lodge. Join me, won't you?
I'm Steve Gotham. I'm currently the Worshipful Master of Ortonville Masonic Lodge number 339.
Steve's good to meet you. Another brother. How are you?
Pleased to meet you, Jeff.
Very good to meet you. So tell me some of the history of your lodge.
Well, I'm proud to say that we have been in the village of Ortonville since 1877. That's when we received our charter. So we've been there for 138 years, working with and for the community.
Wow, that's great.
Yep.
So other things that go on with the Ortonville Lodge, some of the things that you provide for the community and things that you've been doing are?
Well, we're very active with the community. Of course, Masons that's one of the strong points of Masonry, is working with the community.
Right.
But right now, we in partnership with the Michigan Masonic Charitable Foundation, we award scholarships to some of the more deserving high school students. We sponsor a Little League softball team. Right. We provide a place for the Little League to meet. We are involved in the books, or in the Read to Win program, where we encourage elementary school kids to learn the joy of reading. So it's a helpful thing for them. Yeah. So we do a lot of things within the community.
You yourself, what's your history with the lodge?
My history of the lodge only goes back about 10 years. I was in another lodge over on the east side of town, but it was so far away that I didn't contribute as much as I should have. Mm-hmm. So I thought that since there's a local lodge in town, that would be more apropos.
Right.
So when I joined it 10 years ago, I got in line and went through the chairs, and I'm proud to say I finally made it to the Worshipful Master.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. So what's some of the future for the Ortonville Lodge?
Well, the future for the Ortonville Lodge is we want to continue to go another 138 years. While I won't see it, I mean, if we contribute to providing and promoting the values of Masonry, brotherhood, relief, and truth, I mean, every community needs that.
It's true.
And that's one thing that Ortonville is going to be there for every day.
Great. So tell me a little about the building, the structure. I mean, there's some good history there, I'm sure.
Yeah, there is. Actually, we've been meeting in the same building for 106 years.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we moved in there in 1906. Prior to that, for 30 years, they met above grocery stores, millinery shops, wherever they could hold a meeting.
Wow.
And in 1906, we actually got our lodge, and we've been there ever since.
It's a great brotherhood.
It certainly is.
Really
I've met a lot of wonderful people that are all like-minded, and we share in the common interests, and
right.
we work for the community.
And people don't get that. And that's really important.
It's very important these days.
It's the most.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, brother.
And to you, brother.
All right.
I'm Bob Heller. I'm currently the senior warden at Ortonville number 339.
Good to meet you.
It's good to be met.
Well, so tell me some of the history, because I know that you've been working on this diligently and you found out some more fun facts for us. What have you got?
I have Ortonville Masonic Lodge has a long history. We first received our charter in 1877, and I did a little bit of research on the charter Worshipful Master, and it turns out he was a Civil War veteran.
Oh, my.
Yes,
on which side?
Well, he was on our side. He fought with the Michigan Infantry, and he was in Company H. And
wow.
Company H fought at Gettysburg.
Wonderful.
So it's a real honor to have him as our charter Worshipful Master in the lodge.
We find that so often throughout Masonry that, so many of the prominent people of the time were Masons.
Well, these are stand-up, forward, honest type of people,
Absolutely.
and they are drawn with and people that have like minds are all drawn into that, and you know,
Real givers. You know,
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's what I've always found throughout is everybody that I know that's amazing is a very giving soul. Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Absolutely, it's all part of
It's true.
the whole thing.
Yeah. So community-wise, I know that you guys are very involved. What
We
types
are.
of things are you guys doing right now?
We do quite a bit of stuff. We have a program set up with Brandon High School where we give deserving seniors scholarships. For the elementary school level, we do a program. It's called Read to Win, and it works in partnership with their teachers. And the students read a prescribed number of books, and at the end of the summer, instead of during the school year, this is a summer program for the kids to read. We awarded them 4 Kindle Fires last year, and they were just all giddy and all happy about
Yeah,
it.
those are great things.
We do other things too. There's a community program there that's called CERT, Community Emergency Response Team. We help fund them. We let the Boy Scouts, local Boy Scout group in the area, use our lodge
Right.
for a place to meet. We have a sponsor softball team. By the way, they won 11-1 last year. Is that cool?
That's
12-0
really good.
this year, guys.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
So,
really
well,
So-
we help contribute to OSEF,
Yeah.
Oakland County Emergency Fund.
That's
So
a good thing.
wherever we can make a difference in the community to help better people, that's where we're at. We hold many fundraisers and dinners to get the fees to pay for this kind of stuff.
Right.
And the money comes in on our left hand and it goes out on our right hand.
Really
We
does.
don't really keep anything. It all goes back out into the community, which is really a beautiful thing.
It is. So future-wise, what are we looking at out of your lodge?
Well, future-wise, we need to build our membership. We need to get more people in, more people involved. The more people that are involved, the more stuff we can do. Our future really, in my perspective, lies in our youth. We got to get to the youth, get them involved in it, you know, and let them see what it's like and how men are supposed to act.
It's true. Thanks, Bob.
It's my pleasure. Very good, Jeff. Thank you.
Thanks. We're here with.
Kenneth Geck, past master of Orion Lodge 46.
Oh, how are you, Ken?
I,
You good?
yes,
Well, so some of the history of Orion, I
Right.
mean, that's been there a long time. What?
yes, it was in January of 1852. They started Orion Lodge, and over the years, my family had been in the lodge in many years. My dad was a master in 1939, my brother in 1975, and I'm a master in 93.
Wow.
So it's a history of our family
That's really
in the
great.
same lodge.
In the same building.
Yes.
Well, what do you see as the future for your lodge?
I'm hoping over 150 some years, I hope we see the Orion Lodge still there another 150 years because it's been a landmark for years there, and hopefully it'll stay there for a long, long time.
Ken, thank you for your service very
Thank you.
much. Thank you, brother. We're here now with
Steve Burkholtz.
Steve. How are you, sir?
Good.
Yeah.
I'm the senior warden of Orion Lodge.
Well, that's a good thing. How long you been at the Orion Lodge?
I used to go to Christmas parties with my grandfather and grandmother, my grandfather was a Mason in Detroit.
Huh?
And that was pretty much my only connection. 30 years later, I decided to look into it on my own. Never looked back.
Right.
It's been the best decision I've made.
So why the Orion? I mean, what happened? You drove past the building, a friend said something, you remembered Gramp or Dad or something that
It may have,
keyed you.
the trigger may have actually been a documentary on TV or something, but it reminded me of what I had seen as a kid.
Right.
And then I reached out and found out there was a lodge a couple miles from my house.
As a future for the lodge itself, I mean, what's your hopes?
My hopes actually are we expand our horizons a little bit, reach out to more community organizations, see where we can help, and actually get a little more active.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Cole Goichai.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. So you have some of the ideas of history of your lodge. Can you tell me some of the things that brought you in? What's history? And
Well, the main thing that brought me in is basically the brotherhood that shows the community, how we help the community. What we do every year. We have so many things going on every year. We try to get everybody involved, show the community that we are here to move them up, to help each other out. I seen it in history before. I read for history, so that's what made me join, because I always, I got out of high school and started college and stuff like that, and I wanted to become a better person. So and I seen how great people are, and I actually met a Mason before I became a Mason, and he was very, very nice person, very calm person. He always would help me with stuff, and I later found out he was a Mason. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah.
so when did you join? What?
Actually, it's gonna be next month's gonna be a year.
Oh, congrats!
Yeah. Oh, thank
Wonderful.
You. Yeah.
So you're involved right now,
Yes.
and you're seeing what is, or hopefully is, our future. What do you see as that future? What can we do? What's your ideas?
Well, the main thing is for us to grow as people. We would, like I said, we want to try to bring as much people we can to see that what we can offer, what the brotherhood is, what it's all about, to make people better. If I can do it, why can't you? It's about getting together, helping everybody out. Because the more you help people out, the more you try and work for the community, the better you feel. And when you feel better, everything is a positive energy all around. So it's great. It's a great thing. We've been around since 1951 for 164 years, and it's just great. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, you can see 164 years. That's a long time. So we are doing something good. So,
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Well, also from our lodge in Orion, we have Brother Kay. How are you, sir?
Good, and yourself?
Good. So tell me some of your history with the lodge first.
I joined in 2011, coming up through the ranks and whatnot. And what helped me join the lodge actually was I'm involved in the community already before I even got started here, so it was kind of a win-win situation. Past master Jim Hecker, actually, he was the president of my football organization that I was coaching for. And he would wear the garb and all that stuff. And I knew bits and pieces about masonry. I know I had masonry in my family that goes far back. I've seen pictures and things of that nature. I asked some questions, but a lot of people didn't know what was going on. So I started inquiring about that. But through the years, it was about 3 or 4 years, and Jim, he was like, I've been waiting for you to ask me what's going on or whatever. So that's how I actually got to Orion's Lodge, excuse me, to be raised there amongst brothers and everyone. I got there, they welcomed me with open arms. So
you find that most people are so amazed by how truly brotherly this really is.
It is.
You have other brothers.
Indeed.
It's just that close, and everybody helping so much.
Indeed.
It's great. So the history of the building, did you end up digging into more things about the building, the structure, and getting just deeply involved in that particular?
Well, it's a unique building and whatnot, and I've seen a few different lodges, and ours is pretty unique and things of that nature. And there was actually a building fire that actually destroyed the building.
Now I had heard that, and then they rebuilt the building again and started from the same location. Wonderful. Yeah.
Rebuilt, and it looks like it's built brand new. So
perfect. So your involvement in it, you said you coach also. So some of the things that your lodge and you do with the lodge in conjunction, anything that you're doing, you're coaching.
Correct.
What other things involvement-wise?
Well, we also do, when I got started here, I think it was like 2012, we actually took over a child ID program in Oakland County and parts of Macomb County. Wow. So we was going around and doing the old child ID that you used to have at the mall, to taking the pictures, getting the information and stats and stuff like that for the children in the neighborhoods.
That's great stuff. So where do you see the future?
I see the future being bright and great. And we have actually, newer, younger members actually coming through the lodge or whatever. So the future is looking very bright, and I'm just hoping to get more out in the community. I'm hoping that we can actually expand and actually spread the name of Masons and get more people to be involved and understand what we're here for and here to do. All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bill?
Yes.
Hi, brother. How are you?
How you doing, Jeff?
Good to talk to you.
Yeah.
So when you and I first met and started talking, and I said, well, we've got to do this thing, I said, tell me about Orion's Lodge. And you said...
Well, I had 2 fires, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And they rebuilt the building we have now. Before, on the grist mill, I don't really know that much about it, but they had a dance floor up above after they did it.
You've been with the lodge for how long yourself?
Only about 42 years.
Oh, well, beginner.
So, yeah, somebody, I was going to church one day, and one of the persons there had a ring on him, and I asked, how do you get that ring, And he said, you just did it. You asked.
You asked. With the history involved and everything, what kind of events are you specifically involved with over at Orion for what gives and giving back to the community?
Well, we got an open house coming up next month. The Christmas wraparound, I do a little bit in there. Mm-hmm. And there's the Widows and Orphans funds that we have in the spring. And we also have a scholarship program, which we could use a few people to put in for the scholarships.
Oh, boy.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
And we buy band boosters, we do that.
Where do you see the future yourself? I mean, how are we going to expand this? Where are we going with it?
Well, I think we have to make it interesting to the younger people. And people have to realize that this is the oldest fraternity there ever was. And also, it's a worldwide fraternity. If you become a Mason, you can have a brother in any country, all around the world.
It's true.
So.
It's true. Yeah, I was surprised when my original lodge is Pontiac, and I didn't know it until the day that I was raised, and they opened the book and said, before you sign, we want to show you something, and there was my grandfather's signature in the same book.
That's cool when that happens, yeah.
Oh. No, it's really wonderful, and it's great. I'm so glad, just a beginner. What, 43 years? That's it?
Yeah, 43 years. That's all. Just got my...
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Tom, how are you?
How you doing, Jeff? Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother. So, there's a lot of history with this building.
There is a lot of history.
I mean, we're here at...
Cedar 60. It's in downtown Clarkston. We've basically been meeting on this corner since we've been chartered, which was 1854. But in 1852, there was no local lodge, but there were a lot of local members that were Masons. And in 1852, right around Christmas, Horatio Foster, William Clark, William Holcomb, and a bunch of other brothers decided to petition the Grand Lodge for dispensation to create a lodge. Mm-hmm. They gave them dispensation to meet, but we didn't receive our charter or official dispensation until 1854 in January.
And it's been this building ever since?
It's been on this site ever since.
Okay.
This site was originally N.B. Smith's general store. It also had partial doctor's office in it. We acquired the building first on half the purchase from the doctor's office, and then when Noah B. Smith decided that he would gift, from my knowledge, would gift the rest to the lodge. And as the building stands today, we've been here since 1916.
And the cornerstone itself still here to this day.
It is. And it also, our building went through a fire. There are some contradicting on the dates, but one picture we do have that supposedly was a festival after the building was rebuilt. We had raised enough money from the brothers and also from the community to rebuild our building and then pave Main Street.
Paved Main Street.
Yeah, and then that festival was done by the Eastern Star, Order of the Eastern Star, which is basically, in layman's terms, the women's auxiliary. But it is the oldest fraternity of men and women. We are the oldest fraternity.
true. On the planet.
Yep.
Of course, other planets might want to argue, but we'll
They
take
might.
them on any time. So much of what this place is in history, and I know you have a lot of history yourself with this. When did you get in?
I joined, 11 years ago. My dad's a Mason. He was master of the lodge, I want to say in '98. But how I became familiar with the lodge is I was living in Colorado at the time, moved here, or didn't move here, I came here on vacation at that time. They were redoing the bottom floor and then also the main floor because they were inquiring a renter. So I came down and helped out quite a bit while I was here on vacation and met a lot of the brothers. Shortly after that, I did move back. And then after that grace period of a year, which in Michigan, you have to have residency in Michigan for a year before you can petition. After that grace period, I decided to put my petition in, and I've had a great road. Past master here, currently secretary. I've been elected, and I honorably serve as our Board of General Purposes for District 16. It's layman's terms, basically a House of Representatives.
Right, and I know about all the scholarships and...
Yeah, and the scholarships, I mean, over the last 8 years, we've given over $50,000 in scholarships.
Wow. All the things that we give to the community, there's a ton. Where do you see the future? I mean, where are we at?
Well, we are growing. We've been blessed as a lodge here in Clarkston. I think a lot of the things that we've been doing in the community have started to reap. We're seeing a lot more of the younger members continue interest. We do a lot of different things. We do collection and pay for postage for active duty servicemen. We do that and coincides with the Desert Angels program, if anybody's heard of that. We send care packages overseas or to any active duty. Like I said, we do the scholarships. We've been involved with Bikes with Books. It's basically a program for kids reading elementary. We volunteer, like at the Taste of Clarkston. We volunteered to do barricades, do the trash, anything within the community where there are volunteers needed. We are striving as a lodge to become part of that. We've helped at the 4th of July at Clintonwood Park. You know, there's a lot of different things. Some of our child IDs too, we actually did a program with the Lions Club where we were together with them when they did their vision vision site, I think is the name of it, but I could be wrong. But
and then you also the march to the cemetery.
Yep, we have done that quite a few times. It's we do a march from the lodge to Lakeview Cemetery, where we remember some past brothers of this lodge. You know, we just walk there and we pay respect.
Well, there's a major service that I think many people have seen that are other brother Masons that have passed, that at certain funerals that we actually have a service, and a lot of people wonder how that actually comes about and what brotherly caring there really is once you are a Mason.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the only places, you know, we are the largest fraternity in the world. Once you become a Mason, when you walk into a lodge, no matter where you're at, you know, you can walk into that room and you can basically trust everybody that's there. They are your brother.
It's true. Tom, thank you so much.
You betcha, Jeff. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Hi, I'm Doug Cundiff.
My fellow brother. How are you?
Perfect.
And you are?
I am currently the Worshipful Master for Cedar 60 this year.
Perfect.
I'm very honored to be so.
It's a great lodge.
It's an awesome lodge.
It's a great lodge.
It's an awesome group of brothers.
Everyone I've met in this lodge has always treated me as a brother. But again, all the lodges I've stopped at, we're all brothers.
The key there is brother.
It's true.
Absolutely.
So a lot of the history here for you and the lodge itself, tell me some of the...
Well, I originally got interested in becoming a Mason when I was a kid. I can remember at my grandparents' house, my favorite picture of my grandparents is my grandmother and grandfather sitting together, and my grandfather's wearing his fez.
Yes.
And ever since then, I've always been interested. Did not really ask any questions until 2009, 2008, late 2008. And that's when I decided to petition.
Just outside of this room, the picture on the wall outside has my grandparents in it in one of those large gatherings that they had, Harold and Allegra Kruger, my mother's.
The dinner.
Yes,
Yeah.
the big dinner.
Yep.
So, and he was 32nd giving to the community, and that I always remember, my grandfather's ring. It seems to be a common occurrence of our Mason history.
One of those. Yes.
And people ask questions and want to know, and it's so important that they do know more about us. I mean, yes, we've been a mystery of many kinds, but this is such a giving organization. I don't know what more to tell somebody. I mean, it's your brothers, we give, the community.
If I need anything, I have a lodge full of brothers to help.
It's so true.
Yep.
I mean, it's just been that way throughout the entire run of everything I've known about Mason.
Exactly. And that's the good part about it.
And you guys are so busy in the community. What are some of the things I know you've got your hands in a lot of things.
How far back do you want to go? This past weekend, we volunteered for the...
that Taste of
the
Clarkston?
Taste of Clarkston, that's right. So that was this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've, in the past, we did the child ID at the Waterford fly-in at the airport.
Yeah.
And during that period of time, and I believe you were there, we did ID'd 167 kids.
Oh my God.
And that was the most that I think has been done. I was told that was the most that's been done this year, was by those volunteers that were there.
Oh, it was packed.
It was packed.
There was a line around that. Yeah, we did film that for the air show and everything, but you guys were busy throughout the entire day.
That's what we want.
It's great.
Absolutely.
So some of the other things, of course, the scholarships. We've talked about some great things.
The scholarships, yes. We try to give a minimum of 2 scholarships every year to deserving seniors from not just Clarkston, but I mean the local community. It's mainly Clarkston High School, but anybody that's deserving, we've had we accept information from all the high school seniors.
Right. Yeah, bar none. I've seen
bar none.
Yep. Just any individuals that really need some help and doing well in school.
Absolutely.
And need that little extra.
Absolutely. And a couple, a nice little check to be going off to school with is not a bad thing. Exactly right.
Doesn't hurt a bit. So, future-wise, what are you seeing? I mean, it's growing here a bit. We, of course, need it across the board.
Well, we absolutely do. We've been blessed this year, my year, since I was installed in December. We've had, as of today, we've had 32 prospective candidates contact us for information.
Wow.
And of those 32, I believe 12 or 13 are actually in the process of becoming brothers.
Wow.
So we're doing something right.
Those are good numbers.
Absolutely.
Those are good numbers.
So we just need to continue to grow because there are so many other things for the young folks to do nowadays. I got into this because my sons were getting older and the Boy Scouts were done and the baseball and the soccer was done. So I decided it was time for Dad to have something, and this is something that I wanted to do, and I'm very honored and proud to be a member of the fraternity.
I'm happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Doug.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
On behalf of all the lodges, Orion, Ortonville, Clarkston, I'm Jeff Decker. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure October 17th to attend an open house in your area. It's an open door for all of the Mason lodges right here in the state of Michigan. And for all my brothers here, we are all Michigan Masons. Ask one to be one. Thanks for watching.